Today, we are thrilled to introduce you to our new Miss Tennessee 2025, Zoe Scheiderich. Well, it was a moment that made history as the competition was hosted in Nashville for the first time in its 72-year history. Freshly crowned less than 48 hours ago, and now here in our studio. How exciting, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Amazing, Zoe, we see you look so excited and shocked. Does it still feel surreal?
Yes, I woke up this morning and I was waking up to all these good morning Miss Tennessee from my previous board and from my friends and family, and it literally, even when I'm sitting here, it still is like sinking in. I still haven't fully processed that I'm Miss Tennessee and that I'm going to Miss America in 8 weeks.
Yes!
It's very surreal. I know that, I feel like a lot of people say that, but it really is so surreal, and you can clearly see it from my face in the video.
Your mouth dropped, eyes wide, and there's no slowing down now.
Yeah, everything is like crown, sash, flowers. It was like a pit crew.
Yes. Well, we see you in that video that we just watched with the first runner-up, who happens to be Savannah Madison, who's been on our show here before. We love her as well. You two are having like an intense conversation, it appears. Please tell me what y'all are sharing.
Yeah, so I actually told her, I looked at her and I said, you are going to be the most beautiful Miss Tennessee. And I told her that, you know, I just wanted her to have that message. If she was the girl that was going to be crowned, I wanted that to be the last thing that she heard. And I just adore Savannah Madison so much, and I'm so in awe of her and everything that she's done to serve our state and who she is as a person. So I could tell she was very nervous, and she was kind of looking around. She's like, oh my gosh, like we're here again. And because I've never been first runner-up, but she had been before. And so I was just rubbing her back. You can see I'm like rubbing her back. I'm like, it's going to be okay, like breathe, which is funny because it's normally the opposite. Normally she's the one telling me to breathe and I'm the one freaking out. So it was nice to have that role reversal for a second. And like you said, I was so incredibly shocked when I was announced the winner. So
that's wonderful that you guys built a friendship throughout this, really.
She's extremely special to me, and I cannot wait to see what she does.
Awesome. Well, you were representing Miss Music City in the competition. Give us a glimpse at what it was like preparing for this.
Oh gosh, it was a lot. There's mock interviews, there's wardrobe, there's your walk, there's onstage question, there's a lot of different aspects of competition, and especially being a full-time student and working 2 jobs and trying to be in the studio to perfect my talent. It was a lot, I can't lie, but it was so worth it in the end. Clearly the reward was definitely worth it.
Yes.
But honestly, I feel like the most important preparation I've had for this moment I've gained throughout my life. The skills I've learned having to become independent at a young age, of adaptability and resilience, and the ability to communicate with people from all different racial, socioeconomic, religious backgrounds. It's made me feel very comfortable and very confident to step into this role, especially in a state that is changing so much. Tennessee is becoming more diverse every single day, and so I'm so excited to be able to serve the people, no matter where they're from originally.
Well, we are so glad to have you represent us. And we mentioned you're going to Miss America in Orlando.
Oh my gosh, I still can't
about
believe it.
8 weeks to prepare.
Yes.
So how is preparing for something like that different than what you just did?
Honestly, I am not 100% sure. I was just crowned about 48 hours ago. So when my board is like, you need to do this, this is what we're looking for, this is what you need to do, I'm like, all right, I do it. They give me a checklist and I check it off. But Miss America is just really looking for someone who is serious about their community service initiative, who's serious about serving this country, someone who people can relate to. And so I'm really excited to show the judges my heart and who I am. And if I am that person that they're looking for, I'm that person they're looking for. Since I've started this organization, people have always told me, different panel of judges every day, different winner every day. It's so subjective, and it's really about what that panel is looking for in that year. It's God's timing, whoever ends up with the crown. And so even if I don't walk away with the Miss America crown, I'm so excited to come back and be able to serve the people of Tennessee, because they've shown me so much love, and it's overwhelming. So
that's great. And we see your beautiful crown. Of course, that's a perk, but also scholarships. That's really what this organization is about. And you're an MTSU student,
Yes, I am.
Studying entertainment journalism.
Yes.
Hopes to be a sports broadcaster somewhere maybe bigger than Channel 2. But we'd love to have you here.
I said I would love to take your job. Are you kidding?
So talk about, you've won a chunk of money through this.
Yeah, I think I've won about $17,000 in scholarships. It's one of the main reasons reasons I started competing, and it's such a huge part of what this organization stands for. They're actually the #1 provider of educational scholarships for women to go to college in the whole country. So it's a huge cornerstone of this organization, and it's the reason I've been able to go to school with no debt. So I owe a lot to them and the scholarships I've earned. So.
And shout out to MTSU, my alma mater,
Yes,
because you aren't the
MTSU.
first queen, right?
I'm not. The previous Miss Tennessee, Carly Vogel, who just crowned me, she is also from Middle Tennessee State University.
Yes.
And Bailey Guy, who has been in the top 5 last 2 years, she's amazing. She's also a graduate of MTSU. I haven't graduated yet, but MTSU they just draw the beauty queens. I feel like I'm gonna talk to them and be like, hey, so I just won. They're like, another one? Didn't we just have one last year? So yeah, it's really cool.
That's a fun fact. Another fun fact is that you're left-handed, as was the
I
teen that was crowned last night.
Yeah, I am. I didn't
Or 2
realize.
nights.
Yes, I didn't realize that was such a big deal. But I think someone commented on a Facebook post about me and Annalie both being left-handed, and I've gotten so many messages about that. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were left-handed. That's so cool. You're left-handed. I was like, I should have started bringing that up sooner. I didn't realize that was such a cool fact about me. But yes, I am. Me and my dad are the only ones in our whole family that are left-handed. So me and Annalie, I guess it's the first time that the Miss and the teen have both been left-handed. So. That's cool. I didn't know that.
The more you know.
Right.
And speaking of family, your family is here today.
Yes.
And I know that that is such an important part in the support system to get to where you are.
Oh, yes. I know everyone cries when they talk about their mom and their family and says that they wouldn't be there without them, but it really is true. My mom has supported me through every step of this journey. She's actually the reason I got into pageants, and I always have to confirm when I tell people that she's not a crazy pageant mom. That, you know, when God tells her to do something, that is it, and she's gonna do it. And she really told me, she said, I feel like this is for you, and God is telling me that this is for you, and I really feel like you should try it. And I was kind of a stubborn brat at first. I was like, Mom, pageants, really? Like, I don't think that's really for me. Because growing up in dance, I had seen how destructive these divisive and, you know, catty environments can be. And while I had so many amazing friendships in dance, I still did witness that. And I believed the stereotypes about pageantry and about pageant women, that they were just, you know, it was really divisive, and the women were constant competition with one another. And so I was very hesitant about coming into the organization, but ever since I stepped in, I have been welcomed with so much love and so much empowerment. I think that's why I'm so passionate about my CSI. But yeah, my mom has dealt with me being stubborn my whole life, and so the fact that she was willing to push through that, and she's been with me literally every step of the way and encouraged me and picked me up. And yeah, I could sit here forever and talk about her, but I really wouldn't be without her or my sister. My sister is also here with me today, and she is the person, she's my behind the scenes person, so she helps me pack my stuff, organize my stuff. Literally, they put the crown on my head. My sister ran back to the dressing room. She said, I need to get back there and get Miss Tennessee's stuff. She's got to go to the hotel. She's my behind the scenes miracle worker, so I wouldn't be able to be here without her either.
That's wonderful that you have that support system. We're so glad you came in to celebrate with us. We hope you actually get a moment to sit back and take it all in.
Yes, yeah. My moments of celebration are, I have to find the little moments. So
Yes.
whenever I'm sitting in my bed and I'm about to go to bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm actually Miss Tennessee. This is amazing, because it's all gas, no breaks for the next 8 weeks, and I cannot wait to represent Tennessee at Miss America. So
we will be cheering Zoe on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
her
much.
journey, you guys. Read all about Miss Tennessee and its mission. Visit misstennessee.org.